What's up, Badger fans? Can Iowa pull the upset? Let's talk about it on a very short, just quick, fun episode of Locked On Badgers. I was thinking about this game is the easiest game for me to just break down what matters. What matters in this game? To me, Iowa, a lot of respect to the rivalry. The defense is not a cakewalk. That defense is always salty. They're disciplined. The defensive line is really good. Cooper DeJean's a playmaker. But at the end of the day, it comes down to running the ball for Iowa. If Iowa can't run the ball in this game, Wisconsin wins 199 out of 100 times. Sports always has that fluky one, right, where like two fumbles get dropped and there's a pick six, whatever. Iowa has to be able to consistently run the ball this game. With Caleb Johnson, they have to be getting 4, 5, 6 yards per pop. Deacon Hill has to be living in 2nd and 4, 3rd and 3, 2nd and 5 to have any chance in this game. And one of the reasons I'm so confident in is Wisconsin just had the same game script against Rutgers. Rutgers had to run the ball to have success, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it with a more mobile, more threatening quarterback. I have no idea how Iowa's going to do it against Wisconsin when Wisconsin's just going to pack it in. Listen, Caleb Johnson is a good back. I went back and watched all of his carries against Purdue. Good, physical, downhill, north-south runner. He's not a star. Okay, he's not breaking it outside, making 2 or 3 people miss. He's a good player. Wisconsin has to tackle. They have to be physical. Those big boys up front. This is a huge game for that defensive line. James Thompson, Rodis Johnson, Gio Paez, Kurt Neal. It's a huge game for those inside linebackers. It's a big game for the safeties coming down. But if they can contain Iowa's running game, Wisconsin's winning this game. Period. Done. Iowa can't win unless they run the ball. That's key number one. When Iowa has that first drive, that second drive, that third drive, if you see them constantly 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7, 2nd and 10, they're in trouble. It's lights out. It's a wrap. If they're constantly in 2nd and 4, if they're constantly in 3rd and 1, and now they can play action, they can make Deacon Hill's life a little easier. 3rd and 1, they might just give it to Deacon Hill and the quarterback power. It's a big boy. If they're constantly in those situations, watch out. We got a game. Right, because if they're able to run the ball, control the clock, keep their defense fresh, this is a coin toss game at that point. But I don't think they can. I don't think they're too one-dimensional. Wisconsin is going to sell off to stop the run. I think they do. The other way is obviously turnovers. Wisconsin is slightly above average turnover percentage, turnover margin, with Iowa slightly below average. As long as Wisconsin's even in the turnover game, they're fine. The only way Iowa wins this game, again, I think the only way they win the game is if they run the ball and they finish +1, +2 in the turnover margin. I think that's how they win this game. That's how they spring the upset. So as long as Wisconsin plays clean, they've been much better taking care of the ball. And as long as they stop the run, which they're built to do it, the players and the pieces on this team, they are more suited for this. We saw it against Rutgers. We saw it against a team who wanted to slow it down. Again, Iowa's not a tempo team. This is a team that these defensive pieces, the Mumas, the Turners, the Cheneys, the Paez's, this whole group, they're built to kind of stop this type of passing, this type of offense. I mean, it feels superfluous to actually call the Iowa's team an offense, but or say they have an attack. But the point is, this is who Wisconsin is kind of built to defend, and there's no quarterback to take the pressure off Iowa's passing game or rushing game. So I think Wisconsin stacks it in. I think they stop the run, but that is the key battle to watch in this one. The other one is, I'm just gonna say, don't punt to Coop. Just don't punt to him. I'm gonna lose my mind if they give Cooper DeJean multiple chances to return punts, because on an Iowa offense, an Iowa attack that is bereft of weapons, that is devoid of any type of threatening pieces, Cooper might be their most threatening piece on a punt return. Do not give him an opportunity to break a play. He had 3 pick sixes last year. He's had punt return for a touchdown this year. Do not punt the ball to him. Do not even give him. I would rather punt it 30 yards and it goes out of bounds than 45 and give Cooper a chance to return one. So I think that's the only way Iowa wins this game, guys. It's if they run the ball, if they at least finish +1 on turnovers, and it maybe Coop breaks a big one. So if I'm Wisconsin, you stop the run, play clean football, and do not punt it to that man. Just don't do it. Don't risk it. It's like pitching to Barry Bonds back in the day. Why risk it? Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Anyway, I think Wisconsin wins. I'm sure the coaching staff has a plan for this one. I'm not that worried about Iowa. The game's in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is the better team. I would take the under on this one. I would take the under, but I think Wisconsin wins, maybe 24-10, somewhere in that range. Anyway, on Wisconsin. See you later. Let's go.